Hello friends, you may be wondering, what's with the beard, the crazy hair? I just don't care anymore. The Yankees are terrible. The Penguins lose in the first round. And the Jets and the Knicks. I just hate all of my teams right now. Good afternoon and welcome to the podcast. I'm Nick Drago and you get to enjoy my crazy hair today. Today on the show, we're going to talk all about, the Stanley Cup, the NBA, soccer. I really just don't want to talk about baseball because the Yankees are terrible right now. It's all right. We're going to talk about it all. Stick with the friends because sports starts now. Welcome to the Sports Podcast with me, your host, Nick Drago. For those of you that are new to the program, first off, welcome one and welcome all to my humble abode. Oh, hello. Just throwing phones on the floor here. That's fine. For those of you who haven't been here before, we talk about all the sports news and information from the previous week and give you some insight on the next news year, month, etc. You guys know what I'm talking about. If you like what you heard today, find me on Soundcloud, Twitter, YouTube, and the Facebook. Just type in sports with Nick Drago. That's me. Or you can email me directly, sports3xpodcast@gmail.com. I'm having the sillies today, friends. Silly willies. Silly bobillies. How was your weekend? Mine was actually quiet. We've been doing a lot of traveling lately. I know I haven't been... it's been crazy. Baby coming in just a few weeks. What? Oh man, there goes all my sleep. Yep, baby's on his way. Plus traveling, 4th of July, we had a baby shower. So it's been a fun couple of weeks. Happy to be here. Happy to be home. Get to relax a little bit. So it's a nice relaxing weekend. But what wasn't relaxing was being a fan of the Bucks this week. Let's start there. We'll start there as we talk NBA. So the Bucks were not having a great time after game 1 and 2, right? They lost game 1, 118-105 without Giannis, and then they let up another 118 points and lost 108. So they got 3 more. That extra 3-pointer really helps you. But today the Bucks finally got their win, 120-100. And yeah, you guessed it. Giannis leads the charge with 41 points. Drew Holiday with 21. Now the Bucks have popped that cherry. They're going to probably win another 1 or 2. I still think the Suns are the better team. You just look at how the points are spread out across the board. I really like what Phoenix has built, and they deserve to win. Both teams deserve to win, really. But, man, I got to say... I'm happy the Bucks won because regardless of who you're rooting for, I'm always rooting for an exciting final. Always. Always. Look how crazy my hair is. For those of you watching the YouTube channel right now, they're probably like, what is the deal with that? Yeah. Meh. That's the deal with that. So let's move on. Oh, man. Mike Brown coaching the Nigerian national team and hoping to make Olympic history. Now, they certainly made history today, upsetting the USA. Nigeria upsets the USA. It's a pre-Olympic qualifier. It's just an opener, nothing crazy. But they made twice as many 3-pointers as the United States of America. I don't even think they expected to win. I got to give them credit for that. I don't know if there's any... any NBA players on that team. Gabe Vincent is on that team for Nigeria. Wow, Kevin Durant, he's played in 39 senior international games and has never played in a loss for Team USA. So, yeah, I mean, listen, once we get to the Olympics, it'll be a different story. But it's an opener. It doesn't mean anything, but it is pretty exciting. I'm sure the Nigerian national team, who did not expect to come anywhere close to being the U.S. today, I'm sure they're happy and will probably use their game plan game into the Olympics. Jamal Mosley was named the new head coach of the Orlando Magic. He was the assistant with the Dallas Mavericks. 4-year deal, replacing Steve Clifford. Clifford and the Magic parted ways just recently. He's got a good team. The Magic are young. They're talented. Maybe they can make some noise. All right, Major League Baseball. A lot of games from this weekend. A lot of games. But let's look at the standings. That's really where we're at right now. And the Red Sox are on top of the AL East with 55 wins. Right behind them is the Rays. They're a game and a half back at 53. Blue Jays are 8 games back. Yankees 8 games back, and the Orioles are lowly last place with 28. The Yankees were 6-4 at one point this week, but they've dropped a late game to the Astros. They blew it. They were ahead 7-2, and then let up 6 runs. 6 runs. Bullpen absolutely imploded. Did Chapman play? Was it Chapman again? I mean, here we go. Wait, let's go. No, he didn't see it. Germán and Green are the ones who blew the lead. Disaster. Absolutely disastrous in the Bronx. Red Sox are looking pretty good right now. Although 5-5 in their last 10. Rays are 6-4. They're on top. That's how it goes. White Sox in the AL Central are leading it right now, and leading by a lot. Next closest team is the Indians, 45-42. Tigers at 40-51. Twins at 39-50, and the Royals at 36-53. Now the Twins are starting to win some games, 6-4. They're going to need a little bit to catch up to the White Sox, but usually the AL Central's a division. The last couple of years, it's a division that's it could go either way. Right, it's anybody's territory. Usually, lately, it's been the Twins and Indians. This year, the White Sox are up there, and that's been a long time coming for them. They've had a young team. They've been in rebuild mode for quite some time, so good for the White Sox. Moving into the AL West, the Astros remain on top. Athletics 3.5 behind them. Then the Mariners with 48 wins, the Angels with 45, and the Rangers with 35. It's funny because the Angels, all anybody can talk about, Shohei Ohtani. But the Angels are just not making that much noise. Now they're 7-3 in their last 10, but they can't seem to put together long stretches of wins. Let's look at the National League. The Mets on top of the NL East. This is anybody's division right now. The Phillies are only 3.5 back. Braves are 4 games back. Nationals are 6 games back. And the Marlins, 9 games behind them. The Mets have basically been on top most of this year, but the Phillies are in it. Brewers in the NL Central are leading, followed by the Reds, Cardinals, Cubs, and Pirates. The Reds, actually a surprise, 8-2 in their last 10. Way to go, Cincy. Yeah, good for them. I'm proud of the Reds. They deserve it. They've been kind of crummy for a little bit now, so it's good to see them winning some games. Brewers are definitely the best team in this division. Cubs, of course, 2-8. Oh, geez, they can't win a game. Yeah, I mean, usually it's Cubs, Cardinals, Brewers, never the Pirates. It's never the Pirates. NL West still has the Giants leading by 2. Dodgers behind them, Padres behind them, and then you got the Rockies at 18 games back, and the Diamondbacks at 32.5 games back out of first place. That is just plain sad. That's another division. Nobody expected the Giants to be on top, but here they are. They're leading it. So who would be our? We're kind of heading into the All-Star game. So let's take a look. Who do we think who's in the playoff contention right now? For the AL, you have the Red Sox, the White Sox, the Astros, and then if we use our 2 wild cards here, I don't remember how many freaking wild cards there are anymore. No, we're gonna go with 3 wild cards here. So the Rays at 53, right? So the Rays are in it, the Athletics are in it. After that, you're looking at either the Blue Jays. No, I'm sorry, it's the Marlins, the Mariners. Marlins, ew. The Mariners would be your 3rd wild card team. Going into the NL, Mets, Brewers, Giants. Obviously, the Dodgers, the Padres are in it. And then the Reds are actually your other wild card team, which is pretty wild. I would not expect the Reds to be there. Ronald Acuna Jr. out for the season, torn right ACL. He's going to have surgery. He's promising he'll be back. That's a shame. He's one of their best players. It just hurts to lose somebody like that. Pablo Lopez for the Marlins strikes out the first 9 Atlanta Braves batters. That's a modern era record. When's the last time this has happened? 1884. So he's only the second pitcher in MLB history to strike out the first 9 batters in a game. Mickey Welch achieved the feat in 1884. Good for you. Welcome, Pablo Lopez. The MLB Draft happened. Listen, it's hard with draft picks to really put stock into some of these players because a lot happens between now and when they actually play. But typically, your top tier guys, the guys that are drafted first, second, third, yeah, they're gonna play. So Henry Davis went number 1 for the Pirates. Jack Leiter for the Texas Rangers at number 2. Do we have number 4? Let's see, 3, 4. Jackson Jobe went to the Tigers at number 3. So we'll be watching your careers as they progress. All right, moving on to NFL, or rather XFL. Oh, it's not back yet. It's not back. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have teased you. 2023 is the plan. Now, the XFL has been talking about merging with the CFL, the Canadian Football League. Yes, this was a serious thing. They were talking about merging. It didn't work out. It fell through. So the XFL is planning to return in 2023. And you know what? If the product is the same as it was in 2019 or 2020, I'm super excited. It was really cool to see. It was all over television. It's exactly what we needed for football. And darn it, COVID, you just had to take it from us. But I'm happy to hear that the XFL will return, and I hope this time for good. Marcus May and the Jets have agreed on a fine. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me. I just see agree. I see 5, and I see Marcus May, and I got the Jets. How could I expect that the Jets would actually sign somebody? No. The Jets have 5 days to agree to an extension with Marcus May. Now, he's already locked in for 2021. But gosh darn it, he's the type of player you want to keep longer. And guess what, Jets fans? They probably won't. Because the New York Jets have a tough time holding on to talented players long term. Unless their name is Darrelle Revis. Thank you, Darrelle Revis. We still love you. Please come back. Because we could use anything right now. So yeah, we'll see what happens there. But typically for the Jets, these situations don't work out very well. NHL, a lot of players are going to be on the trading block right now. So here are the big ones. Jack Eichel, and this is obvious. He doesn't like being in Buffalo, right? He's a young guy. He's 24 years old. He has the chances to be one of the best players in the league. I've heard the Ducks. I've heard the Rangers. Those are like the 2 top teams looking at him. There were talks this week, maybe some deal with the Golden Knights. I don't know. That would be kind of exciting to see him in Las Vegas. But I very much see him. I very much see him in a different uniform. I don't think he's going to stick around in Buffalo. Seth Jones, definitely, he's already stated that he's going to be heading to free agency next year. In other words, the Blue Jackets are going to want to trade him and trade him now because he's going to have high stock, so they can get something for him. If they wait too long, you never know what's going to happen this season. He's not necessarily playing for a contract, but he is because he wants whatever teams to sign him. So this is a great time for Columbus to get rid of him and get something for him. So I definitely see Seth Jones on the move. Vladimir Tarasenko made his trade demand public. He wants out of the Blues. And they're going to make it work for him. I mean, he's owed $9 million. It says right here, $9 million in actual salary. That's a big cap hit. There's definitely going to be teams interested, but the Blues are going to have to eat some of that salary if they want to get rid of him and hopefully get something for him. I mean, Tarasenko's a great player. I think the Blues are going to get something pretty good. Dougie Hamilton and the Hurricanes, they've let him speak to other teams. There's nothing really going on there. But now, wait, if a team likes him, it's possible the Hurricanes can sign Hamilton an 8-year deal and then send him for younger assets to the team he would have signed with. Okay, so it seems like a mutual thing. Carolina wants to get whatever they can get for Dougie, and Dougie wants to get the hell out of Carolina. Oliver Ekman-Larsson, I'm not too surprised here. I've seen a bunch of names floating around, but who knows? Duncan Keith is another big one. Now, realistically, Duncan Keith's 37 years old. Yes, he's won 3 Stanley Cups. Yes, he's still a great player. I've heard Edmonton and Chicago were in very serious talks. The problem is Chicago is worried about getting rid of this franchise player who's been with them for a long time. Who knows? Maybe this says maybe the Kraken could be involved. I don't know. Let's see. Here's a couple other names that could be on the market. Now, those are the names that are probably getting traded, but a few others. Evgeny Kuznetsov. The Capitals could be looking to mix things up. He's a great player. They can definitely get some great assets for him, but it could be a sign that the Capitals are thinking their cup run days are over. I don't know. A team like that you'd think would want to hold on to Kuznetsov. The Coyotes getting rid of Phil Kessel. Let's be honest here. Phil Kessel has not made many waves with Arizona. In fact, the Coyotes have gotten better since he joined the team. Sure, he's not the reason why. I'm going to be honest with you. They might be able to get something for him. I mean, the guy's won 2 Stanley Cups with Pittsburgh. The problem is that everywhere he goes, he finds his way out of it. Something happens, and it looks like things could already start happening in Phoenix. If they actually flirt with trading him, they may actually just trade him. I don't know. Matthew Tkachuk, I don't really see that happening. Johnny Gaudreau, I don't see that happening. It says Sean Monahan could be somebody that they think about trading. And Tampa Bay, listen, it's really hard to keep a Stanley Cup winning team together. It's really, really hard to keep a 2-time Stanley Cup winning team together because those guys are going to fetch big money that Tampa, I don't think, can afford. The Seattle Kraken, I thought this was really funny, reminding teams that the expansion draft is happening soon. So I'm going to zoom in here if we can see this. So it literally says on their Twitter page, now that we have a name, we're strategizing all the ways to draft your favorite player. #CKraken. I love it. I love the Kraken. I hope their social media is as good as the Golden Knights was when they first started, because that was one of the things that endeared people to the Golden Knights was their social media, plus the fact that they win a lot. Oh, yeah, Vasilevsky's equipment. Did we see this one? Right after they won, Vasilevsky walks up to Carey Price, and by the looks of this shot, it looks as though his pads are 5 times bigger than Carey Price. I can assure you it's not. For one, he's standing closer to the camera in this shot. Here it is from a different angle. It looks, I mean, he still looks like a big boy by comparison. But all of those pads, everything gets checked by the NHL. This is the Stanley Cup finals. Like, they check that stuff. I don't think that's something he would have gotten away with. Now, my only other theory is maybe the NHL really wanted the Lightning to win, and so they just didn't care. Probably not what happened, but it's always fun to speculate that stuff, right? Right? All right, well, EPL and Bundesliga and La Liga and Serie A, well, there's nothing really happening there right now. Soccer in Europe is over. Italy, though, Euro Cup. Go Italy. All right. But MLS is still happening here in America because we're backwards and we do soccer in the summertime. That's a thing. So let's look at the table right now. New England's on top with 24 points, followed by Orlando City. Philadelphia at 20 points. Montreal at 19. Nashville at 19. New York City, NYCFC at 17. The New York Red Bulls at 17. So those are your playoff teams right there. Columbus is at 17 points. DC United at 16. Atlanta United 13. Cincinnati 12. Chicago 11. Inter Miami at 8. And Toronto at 8. That's in the East. And in the West, Seattle at 29 points. Sporting KC at 26. LA Galaxy 24. Colorado is 20. LAFC at 18. Real Salt Lake at 16. Minnesota at 15. Houston Dynamo at 15, Portland 13, Austin at 13 points, San Jose at 11, San Francisco, FC Dallas at 11, and Vancouver at 9. So those are your teams right now. This week's matchups all happened Wednesday. Toronto beat New England 3-2. Montreal got a win over NYCFC 2-1. Chicago beat Orlando City 3-1. Colorado got a win over Minnesota 2-0. Seattle beat Houston 2-0. LAFC beat Austin 2-0. Real Salt Lake beat Vancouver 4-0. Crushed them. LA Galaxy got a win over the FC Dallas 3-1. Thursday, the Red Bulls tied with Philadelphia. Nashville and Atlanta United also tied 2-2, and Cincinnati Columbus, that game was on Friday. That was also a tie. So we don't have any games now until the 17th. That's Saturday. Stick with us. Already mentioned Italy beating England, 2020 European Championship. Viva Italia. I love it. Love it. All right, friends. That's all the sports stuff I wanted to talk about today. So let's talk about flowers now. I really like hydrangeas. They're my favorite. I have a bunch of them growing in my front yard. I'm just kidding, friends. We don't have to talk about this unless you want to. If you want to, email me, sports3xpodcast@gmail.com. You can also find me on Twitter, SoundCloud, YouTube, and the Facebook. Just type in Sports with Nick Drago. That being said, special thanks as usual to Johanna Drago. She's the content editor, logo designer, and set designer of this podcast. She's also the future mother of dragons. That's right, baby Drago coming in just a few weeks. And special thanks. Oh, this music you hear is a song called Golden Sunrise by Josh Woodward. A link to his website can be found in the show notes. Gotta say thank you to my social media warriors, Gary and Mary Kay Albert, Lori Drago, who else? Joe Calabro, he's always liking the show, and Jorge Pajares and Brandon Madonia, all my friends. Thanks, guys. Thanks for watching, paying attention. I love you. I love all of you. And, my sponsor, Like & Co. If you love sweet golf gear like I do, because gotta love the golf, Like & Co. is the place to be. I talk about them quite a bit on my Instagram at NickDrago_DPT. That means Doctor of Physical Therapy. That's right, folks. I'm a doctor. And I also have some info in the comment section below. What's that called? The description section, where you can go to Like & Co.'s website and actually get a discount on some of their really radical products. So check that out, guys. Check it out. You can use my promo code DRAGOPT. Okay, I'm done. I'm tired and a little snacky. So I'm going to go to sleep now. But you guys enjoy. Good luck to the Bucks as they try to overcome the Suns, and see you all next week. Caw-caw!